Contogio returns to the races in the Blue Sapphire Stakes after what was an impressive win on Cup Day, taking out the listed event. Certainly got under punters' guard on that day, but I think he'll go around more in the market on this occasion. Honest effort there last start. He looks to have trained on nicely, performed well at Caulfield previously. Looks to be a nice race that he can control from the outset once again, and with some added improvement off his last start victory. Certainly feel he's going to be right in the mix once again. Two Done Lizzie and Dominator will take their place in the 1,000 Guineas, the Group 1 race for the 3-year-old fillies. Two Done Lizzie was an impressive winner on the prelude here 2 starts ago. I think she has a real appreciation for Caulfield, and no doubt getting back to that track on Saturday would be a big advantage to her. She got the great tactical speed, which she'll look to utilise. She worked up sharply at the track on Tuesday morning and looks in great shape going into it. Dominator had her first look around the track on Tuesday morning. I thought she handled herself very, very well. Very much an improving filly. She'll really appreciate getting out to the 1,600 metres. Has been very much a very consistent filly every time that she stepped out this preparation. So if she continues on that upward curve of performances, she'll certainly be very competitive once again. Kaizad's looking to bounce back and show some necessary improvement off the back of his first up run. He did start over a distance that was short of his best, and it just looked to have him a little bit stretched throughout the run. No doubt getting out to the 1,400 metres will see him being able to travel much kinder throughout the race. I think physically he's taken some nice improvement going into this run. He's certainly a much fitter horse, and his work's been a lot sharper going into this event. So backing him to be able to bounce back and show some nice improvement. Not a bad buy returning to the races after an impressive victory. First up was a really tough effort from him on that occasion. He is stepping up in grade here once again, but he's ready to take that next step. He's a well-seasoned stayer. The 1,700 metres still may even be a bit on the shorter side for him, but you have to be really encouraged by the way that he returned. How tough he was first up. He really didn't want to lay down at any stage. So if he takes that same performance to Caulfield on Saturday, he'll certainly be competitive once again. For the first time this preparation, Balance Play is stepping up to a suitable distance. He is stepping up significantly in grade, but getting out to the 2,300 metres in the Beaufort at Newcastle, going to be very much to his liking. A couple of small gear changes may also prove to be key here. He drops lightly in weight, and going off his form in Europe, he would certainly be very competitive. So third up this preparation, Philly's ready to show a much improved performance for us. The 300 is a horse that's going to the races with plenty of confidence. He looks particularly well in himself going off the back of 2 recent victories. He's stepping up in grade here in the Newcastle Spring Stakes, a Group 3 for the 3-year-olds over 1,600 metres, a distance which I think he can relish. Looks to have trained on nicely, and looks to be a particularly suitable target for a horse that's in nice form. Both Gumbaray and Townsend will contest the benchmark 88 handicap over the 1,850 metres at Newcastle on Saturday. Townsend returned off a long layoff over the mile. He was able to dictate terms in front, and I thought he gave a particularly good sight. He had some excellent form as a 2-year-old, which he was yet to recapture, but his first up performance certainly showed glimpses of that. So with some improvement up to a suitable distance here, I think he'll give a great sight. Gumbaray equally has been first up this preparation. He raced over an unsuitable distance of 1,400 metres where he was just run off his feet in the early stages, got further back than anticipated, but worked home nicely. He's been back to the trials since, and most importantly, he's getting out to a more suitable trip here. So he is a horse that can certainly show sharp improvement. Fragrant Cloud can be forgiven for her last start effort. I feel there's plenty of pressure in that race, and just may have found it a bit too much on that occasion. Stepping back to Kembla Grange to a 1,200 metre event, I think is going to be a big positive for her. She's really trained on nicely since her last start. She's got plenty of talent, plenty of speed about her, which no doubt she'll look to utilise. But I do think she can bounce back for us because she looks particularly well in herself going into this race.